Doing great. This is Dawn Marie Alexander Borsico, an uncommon voice. It's been a while since I've been with you, and I have missed you so much. Has been going on in the last, I think, almost 2 years since I've been put up a live video. But I thought, now's the time. I tend to like to jump on and do something for sure right before the new year, at least in that last quarter of the year, and to kind of really be transparent with you all and hope to encourage you, to help you move forward, to help you really accomplish those goals that you want to accomplish in 2024 that you may have missed, and it's not unheard of. It's not impossible. It doesn't make you something. So I wanted to definitely uh what I want to say, I just wanted to kind of share with you some transparent things. A lot's been going on in our society lately, and how do we go from where we are to where we want to be? And I'm thinking, what are some key things that we need to do? So the title of this video today would be The Purge. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's any guys that happen to pick this up and watch it, I want us to, as we're planning to go into 2024, we can't ever really take baggage and things that people, place, or things, whatever they are, into the new. And so I wanted to go over with you a few things, a few thoughts that you might want to think about. And I'm going to be very transparent with where I am and what's helping me to move forward. We are all in this life, and we're all on a journey. And with social media and all the things that are going on around us, it's really hard. It's really easy, to get distracted. So we have to be willing to purge. And purging is releasing. It's pushing out. It's a force. I have to purge. I need to move it forward, okay? And to get it out, I need to let it go, clean it out, release those things that may not get me to where I want to be. There are weights that are so easily beset us. And sometimes we see them and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we've held on to them as just parts of our identity, of who we are, what we do. It's just the way that I am. But is the way that you are really the way that you're supposed to be? Or have we learned to put on a mask? Have we learned to adapt? Have we learned to fit in? Have we learned to just behave in a way that's going to keep down the noise? Have we run? Have we escaped? What are we doing? Well, if you go back and watch any of my other videos, you will notice that I'm always saying that, it's not I can't, it's I don't want to. It's not that I can't, it's I don't want to. I'm not willing to do the hard to have the better. I'm not willing to do the necessary. I'm not willing to be uncomfortable, which is the pleasure principle. I'm not willing to deny my pleasure, even though I know it may not be good for me, even though I know that I want to do better and do more. What is it? And so we have to be willing to sit back and go, we got to reflect. And that reflection is, we should be able to really give an account to why we do what we do. I keep a clean house because I wear what I wear because I do. And sometimes it may be good, it may be bad. And then we have to learn to own. We have to own our choices. We have to own them. And sometimes they're good, they're bad, they're ugly, they're this and they're that. And we should always be looking to reflect. And reflection goes back to why do I do that? Why do I act that way? Why do I think that way? Where did that come from? Is that really who I am? Is it really who I want to be? What does it look like? Am I willing to make the sacrifice to have what I want? Is it who I am? So I've been on a definite journey over the last couple of years to purge. Every year is a purge, especially at this time of the year, it's a purge. Because sometimes we pick up bad habits through the year, we pick up things through the years that through the year that we're carrying, and we're going, wait, I can't take that in the next year. I can't, that's not going to work for me. or I've been doing, or we have to sit back and go, what have I been doing for the last 3 years, a month, for a week? What have I been doing? And is that getting me to where I want to go? And if it's not, we need to purge it, put it away, get rid of it. You know, I need to get out some things aren't aren't getting me to my next level, that aren't getting me to where I need to be. And some of those things could be mindsets, absolute mindsets. And those mindsets will hold us back. We want to move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And that's an entirely another conversation. But I want to encourage you to purge. I want to encourage you to be willing to do the hard work and to purge what is not getting to you to your best self, to not getting you to that destination that you want it to be. So one of the things that I've learned or chose to really embrace at a deeper level and to do some deeper work on was a friend of mine bought me this really good book, and it's on codependency. And now, you would think of it initially like, well, I'm not codependent. I don't deal with an addict. I don't deal with this. But many times we have picked up what we call codependent behaviors because of taking care of a loved one, the way our families were. We wanted to just keep the peace. I want to behave a certain way. That's my little Sophia going off in the background. We want to behave a certain way with family, with friends. Maybe we were told something that we were not when we were young. So we've now taken on this codependent. What is codependent? In a nutshell, it's when your behaviors, your attitudes are being modified so that you can keep from being rejected, keep from being abandoned, or you can help people like you. So if you are shifting your behavior, so a good example might be, I don't want to go there today. I don't want to go to that place. I don't want to eat that food. And instead of just saying it, we'll sit and go, okay, whatever you want to do. Because why? We don't want to deal with the rejection or the abandonment, or we may not be our true self. See, an uncommon voice is all designed to help you release the voice on the inside of you. Your voice is your footprint in the earth. Your voice says a lot about who you are. Out of the abundance of your mouth, the heart will speak. So even though we don't always like it, we have to give ear to what we hear ourselves saying. We have to give an ear to how we say. Your finances are your voice. Your lack of finances are your voice. What you eat and what you don't eat are your voice, because it speaks to you. So here's an example when it comes to that. Many times we will use food to satisfy, food to make us feel good, food to comfort. We always heard of what they call comfort food. Coffee has become a comfort food these days, or a comfort drink, or wine has become a comfort. I mean, I've never known wine like I've known it in California, because it's wine country. Everybody has wine in California, and it's to wind them down. But the question becomes, why do we need any outside anything when we should be able to contain and be able to hold it within here, be able to modify our emotions, not be controlled by them, not allow them to get the best of us? I mean, we're going to have those moments where, like, oh Lord, I am tired. I do not want to fill in the blank. We're going to have those moments. But purging says, is this activity getting me to my next goal? Is this activity helping me to achieve that which I want to achieve? Some of us are late bloomers. And that's okay, because all we need sometimes is a suddenly. If we are willing to purge whatever bad habits, whatever is not getting us to that next place, what do you need to do? So the example that I was going to give you was, I went into the store yesterday. All I needed was a folder. I needed a 3-ring binder. That is all I needed. And I walked out with a 3-ring binder and some candy. And I got in the car. I didn't take the candy back, but I got in the car and I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I go and buy that candy? It was a comfort. It satisfied something on the inside of me. It made me feel good because of maybe something that I wanted and I couldn't do. So, I spent my $3 on me. Nay. There should be a control that says, no, this isn't helping me to my goal of reducing sugar. This isn't helping me to my goal to have better skin. This isn't helping me to my goal to eat healthy, to be better. So we always want to keep our goals in front of us, write them down. We have to purge what is not getting us to the next place. That might be purging people. Yep, I said it. It might be purging people. I saw a really good meme the other day that was a little video, and it basically said just because they're family doesn't mean they're family. Because sometimes family is dysfunctional. Sometimes friends are dysfunctional. Sometimes we just need to let people go. And it's okay. And it's not so much I want people around who are going to celebrate me, because that leads to pride. Like, I just need everybody around to just bow down, or to agree with me. Or it makes it all about us, when it really should be about others and how we're giving, because we're purging to be better so that we can have more to give. We want a larger capacity to be able to give. So your finances, your food, your mindset, reflecting, all have to do with purging. We're either going to purge how we used to think and get a new way of thinking. And it's not easy. Sometimes we have work that we need to do on the inside. Like I said, my friend bought me an awesome book. And what it helped me to do was begin to trace behaviors, trace mindsets. And it wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't a bad thing. It was embracing. And so we have to be willing. Sometimes we're so busy trying to put on the mask and look like something that we're not dealing with the inside. We're not dealing with the core. We're not dealing with the root. And we need to go back and deal with the root. You see, again, you have a voice, and your voice matters. Your voice speaks in your finances. Your voice speaks in your relationships or that thereof. Your voice speaks. And what is being said about you? What are you sharing with the world about yourself? Is your greatness really coming out, or are you acquiescing to the needs and the desires of others? We need to balance that, because it's not always about us. There is a sacrifice for the more. There is sacrificing for others, and we should do that. But I want to encourage you, and we may revisit this again next week, but I want to encourage you. Purge. What do you need to purge? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to get to do that says, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired? Do you need to put down the extra ham sandwich? Do you need to let go of the cup of coffee? Do you need to stop shopping to make you feel good, to satisfy something on the inside that's broken? We all have areas of brokenness. We're not perfect. Don't you get tired of hearing, we're not perfect. We're not. So we all have areas where we need to purge. We all have areas that have been damaged that need a new revisiting, so to speak. And so be transparent, be willing to let go of those things that are not serving you, that you're doing to accommodate others when you're going like, oh, Lord, I really don't want to do that. Especially with the holidays coming up. You only have $50 per person to spend. Stop trying to go out and do more than you can. Don't put that extra stress on yourself. Purge that desire to want to be accepted or not have anybody say anything. Everybody wants to feel as though they're accepted. Nobody wants to walk around the world to where they feel like, they're alone and abandoned. That's where community comes from. But we are not moved by that. We want to be our authentic self so that people like our authentic self. We don't want to put on the mask. I did a live once many years ago called If You Knew Me, Would You Really Love Me? Some people only like you when you're doing what they want you to do or say what they want you to say. And so now you're curbing your behavior to not deal with any rejection. So you're not aligning to who you need to be. So we need to purge those things that are not allowing us to be authentic. We need to purge those things that are not going to get us to our goal. We need to purge those things that are just not good for us. We need to purge an old mindset that we've gathered because of things that were said when we were young, when we were at school, when a teacher, cousin, whoever said something. We need to be willing to purge. To purge. Purge what's not serving you. Purge what's not. Be willing to reflect. Ask yourself, well, why do I do that? Do I do it because I really want to? Do I do it because it's really a part of my core of who I am? Or am I compromising? Or am I doing it for others? Or am I acquiescing and not speaking up and using my voice? I was sharing with a friend of mine the other day some things that are going on, and she's got a lot going on. And I said to her, no, baby girl, you got a voice. Just because somebody is presenting themselves doesn't mean you don't have a voice. You can be nice, you can be polite, you can be kind, and we can just say, I don't want to do that. How you doing? It's okay. Yeah, that's just not working for me. Here are my boundaries. And I think that we forget about that. We all have boundaries, and you can create your boundaries. They shouldn't be unreasonable. I mean, they shouldn't be unreasonable. But if you know that you only have a Friday to get certain things done, then set a boundary. And if people don't respect those boundaries, it's okay. Not a problem. There's no problem. I just can't do that. And it will be okay. So I hope this helps you. Maybe I said revisit this next week. We'll see. But I just wanted to encourage you to reflect, to purge. Purge what is not going to work. Purge what's not. Look at your behaviors, write them down. Write down what you do. Write down your goals. Track your week. I was doing that. And I began to go, why am I writing this down and it doesn't happen? Why did I do that and didn't do that? Oh, well, you were tired and you let your emotions drive you. You let your physicalness drive your inability to get something done. So that you have to go, I'm not going to do that. And when I saw that pattern, I'm like, no, what are we going to do? We're going to get it done. Now, you need to know yourself, okay, so that you can purge some bad habits and gain some new ones so that you can do what needs to be done. Again, I'm a morning person, so I can accomplish more between 5 and 8 than I can do sometime between 8 and 12. But I know that about myself. But I know that if I don't go to bed by a certain time, I'll be no good for like 3 days. But then you coordinate that with yourself. You go, okay, you know what? I know I need to stay up because I know this needs to get done. I have to get this done because if I don't get this done, I can't move on. So then you make the adjustments. Okay, you make the adjustments. So be willing to be transparent with yourself. Be willing to do the hard work. Be willing to look at yourself introspectively and understand why you do what you do. Do you do it to get attention? Do you do it because you want to be seen? Why do you do what you do? And is it aligning with who you say that you are? We're going into 2024 in just a few more months. And we want to make sure that we're purging what's not aligning with who we are. We're going to purge what's not allowing us to walk in our authentic voice. We want to purge what's not getting us where we want our goals to get us. Okay. We want to purge those things. And then once we purge them, we want to put the plan together so that now we have the plan and we're setting the plan up. So when January 1, 2024 comes, that plan is being executed. You started it. Think of it like a car. When you see a new car, a Tesla, a new Explorer, a new Lincoln, a new Caddy, it didn't just get on this assembly line. It didn't. They planned. They tested. They tried. So by the time it was ready to go into production, they already knew. And then even when it was in production, now we're going to beta test. Now we're going to test it. Now we're going to, you see? But they didn't wait. And that's what we're not going to do. So ladies, guys, girls, I hope that this encouraged you. I hope that you found something to take out of it. But most importantly, be willing to do the work. It's not easy. It is hard, but if you're willing to do the hard work and really look at yourself, really look at those good, the bad, and the ugly, and be willing to purge what is not aligning toward your goal, to where you say you want to be. Let it go. Find somebody to cry with, snot with, snivel with, write it down, cry it out, scream, do a balloon release of the old, and whatever's going to help you to purge. The purge, So I hope this blesses you. I hope this helps you. Again, I'm Dawn Marie Alexander Borsico. This is Life is Only a Decision. And today we talked about the purge. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a great day. Bye.